Today we're going to be talking about the Infinite Warfare beta and how it shows that Infinity Ward has lost its way. Hey everyone, my name is Henry, and joining me today will be Max and Maury, the little cartoons you see in the corners of the screen. And speaking of Max and Maury, I do have a Max and Maury comic strip about Infinite Warfare. It's coming up later in the video, so keep your eye out for it. As you're watching this, on the first day that this video is released, the Infinite Warfare beta Weekend 2 is active, but this gameplay here is from Weekend 1. I played it quite a bit, but not as much as some others, and I have some thoughts on the matter, and especially with regards to how Infinity Ward is kind of losing it when it comes to creating Call of Duty games. So I'm gonna say that Infinity Ward has lost their way in three different ways. First, they totally abandoned the ideals that made Infinity Ward Call of Duty games Infinity Ward Call of Duty games. So you gotta think to yourself, what makes an Infinity Ward Call of Duty game? It's a little bit different than, Treyarch games or other games in this series that are not by Infinity Ward. So here, let's think about what makes Infinity Ward Infinity Ward. First of all, the most obvious one is the awesome kill streaks. Remember in Modern Warfare 2 when the announcer would scream, "Enemy AC-130 above!" And he was terrified, and so were you, because after all, there was an AC-130 above, which is nuts. And it's nuts because it was a powerful kill streak. I mean, I got a Warden in one of my games in the Infinite Warfare beta, and it got me 0 kills. 0. An AC-130. I remember playing Modern Warfare 2. If there's an AC-130 in the sky, you look for cover because you're gonna die. I miss those kill streaks. I really do. I miss kill streaks that are powerful and fun and incite fear in your heart. Those are the kind of kill streaks I want back. People have been clamoring them for years, and we're still not getting them. I mean, look at the last couple of games. There hasn't been much good at all, and that's really unfortunate, and that's one way that Infinite Warfare has lost it when they make Call of Duty games. 2 powerful lethals. Remember Abusing Claymores by Chris Smoove? Now in Infinite Warfare, the trip mine is not replenished by Scavenger, even for bullet kills, and it has a beacon shining up to the moon, which makes it pretty much worthless. Remember those good old days when you could put claymores down and they would kill you, and you'd know, oh, there's a guy in that room up there with claymores, stay away from that, otherwise you're just feeding the beast? Well, that's not happening anymore, and that's not Infinity Ward either. Okay, next, great maps. Remember Modern Warfare 1? Maps like Crash, Backlot, Crossfire, Overgrown, Chinatown. Modern Warfare 2, Afghan, Favela, High Rise, Rundown, Scrapyard, Terminal. Even Modern Warfare 3 had some good ones, like Seatown, Bootleg, Hard Hat, Mission, and Dome. Infinite Warfare started losing their way in Ghosts with terrible maps there, and now in Infinite Warfare Beta we have Frontier, Frost Throwback, and Precinct. All terrible. People only say they like Precinct, I think, personally, because it's the least bad of the bunch. And also, symmetrical maps. I go on and on about this because I hate them. Why do we have symmetrical maps? Symmetrical maps are boring. Everything's round-based nowadays anyway, so it's not unfair to have asymmetrical maps, so let's bring them back. Now this last one is a little bit weird, but I'm going to put it in anyway. And that is the following. A little bit of imbalance. That's right, a little bit of imbalance. I think a little bit of imbalance makes Call of Duty games interesting and memorable. And I'm not talking about huge things like the one-man army noob tube in Call of Duty 2, Modern Warfare 2, which just ruined it, but other things like Claymores resupplying from scavenger packs. That's not so bad. It's not the end of the world. Sure, it's a little bit OP, but just a little bit. Just enough to make it fun and interesting, but not so much to ruin the game. Remember Chris Smoove? I mentioned this before, but those videos were fun to watch, and it was fun to play that way, and there were counters. You didn't have to go to Chris Smoove's room. You could have avoided that area entirely and not fed the beast, right? And that's what makes games memorable, and stuff like that. And we don't have that anymore. Treyarch has been on a rampage trying to make the game as balanced as possible, trying to make it as homogeneous as possible. and that has taken the personality out of the Call of Duty series, and now Infinity Ward is following suit. So Infinity Ward has changed how they make their games. They don't have awesome kill streaks anymore, the powerful lethals are gone, the great maps, they're long gone, and the little bit of imbalance that is needed to make the game a little bit fun, those are gone too. So not only has Infinity Ward changed how they make their games, but they've lost their vision for their games. They don't really have a vision for what they want their games to be. Infinity Ward used to make really good Call of Duty games. Personally, I think the best Call of Duty games were Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2. But then a bunch of people in the Infinity Ward studio left to make Respawn, and now, well, they're being slowly toppled, like being pulled down by their own lack of vision. Infinite Warfare is just a reskin of Black Ops 3. I mean, anybody that's played Infinite Warfare will think this is a modified Black Ops 3. Where's the vision there? Where is the personality when you take another game and just reskin it a little bit? I mean, Black Ops 3 had its problems, but it was a much better game than Infinite Warfare is, at least in the beta. We'll have to see. Things might change still, I admit that. But it really disappoints me that Infinity Ward, this is the best they could come up with. Take Black Ops 3 and add a couple different rigs and take away some of the fun and change out the crappy kill streaks. The most obvious way that they've lost their way in this reskin is the specialists. Each specialist in Black Ops 3 had their own personality and purpose. Now what are they replaced by in Infinite Warfare? They're replaced by rigs. Rigs have no personality whatsoever. They don't even try. They're just roles. They're not characters at all. Like Ruin, Seraph, and Firebreak, you know, those very, very iconic characters in Black Ops 3 were replaced by things like FTL, Warfighter, and Merc, which are just roles, not people at all. Where's the personality? Where's the gut feel? It's gone. Okay, this is as good a spot as any to pause a little bit and to take a look at that comic strip. I hope you like it. Here it is. Yeah, I liked it, and I also like the new style I'm going with the wordballoons up top there. Tell me what you guys think about that. Do you guys like that? I thought it was pretty cool. I got inspired to do that from, believe it or not, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic book. So, Infinity Ward has lost their way by changing what makes an Infinity Ward game an Infinity Ward game. 2, they've lost their way by losing a vision for what these games are in the first place. And the third one I'm going to tackle is they've lost their way by breaking promises. Yep. Remember the promise that quickscoping would be hard to do, and the promise of difficult one-shot kills? You know, I think it was chest up or something like that. What happened to that? In Infinite Warfare, it's the total opposite. It's easy to get those kind of kills, and it's ruining the game. And not only that, so they've broken their promise there, but not only that, they've broken this promise before. They've said this about their previous games, that quick scoping and trick shotting would be hard to do, but then you get into the game and it's easy and they're everywhere and they're infested. It's terrible. It's not a good thing to say you're going to do one thing and then do another. They should never have said that they're going to make it hard to do. They should have just said nothing at all. And then when everybody sees how it is, they go, okay, at least they haven't broken their promise to us. We don't like it, but at least they haven't broken their promise. Okay, next thing that they've broken the promise with in Infinite Warfare. During the on-stage presentation, when they first revealed multiplayer for Infinite Warfare, they mentioned camping as a valid playstyle. They actually called out campers. I mean, I like camping myself. You'll see that from my playstyle in lots of videos. Sometimes I rush, but most of the time I camp. And so those of us that are campers saw that and heard that and we're like, yeah, they like campers. So they're actually going to cater to us in one way. Maybe one of the rigs will be oriented towards campers. I mean, 1 out of 6? I mean, that's not so bad, right? But no. they mention campers, but then totally flip the bird at us with a trip mine with a beacon that shines to the sky and makes it totally worthless, which is a tool that campers like to use, by the way. Don't have to, but lots of us do. And then they don't have a single rig oriented towards campers. They're all oriented towards rushers or snipers, but not campers. A camper is not a sniper. They're two different things. So that's another broken promise, which really annoys me about the Infinite Warfare beta. Okay, so that's about it, guys and girls. I hope you liked my commentary today. It's a little bit different for me, at least. And tell me what you think in the comments below. Am I off base? Did I get some parts right, some parts wrong, or do you just disagree or agree? I'd like to know either way in the comments below. Please rate, comment, and subscribe if you will. This is Henry and Maury and Max. Over and out.